Here, Bernie Moreno, Senator Bernie Moreno, who is a new senator, 2025, he was elected. He's addressing the Senate, talking about Israel, talking about the atrocities that have taken place, and the fact that there are still Americans there. And here we are, the U.S. Senate. Let's watch what he says.
Senator from Ohio.
I've been in the United States Senate now for a total of 125 days. I've seen some outrageous comments over the last 125 days. My colleague has been here exactly 12,000 days more than I have. And let me just set the record straight. On October 7th of 2023, families, mothers, fathers were sitting at home enjoying a peaceful existence in one of the most difficult places on earth to live. They had a day planned of joy at a festival. And what happened? People came over and savagely murdered children, raped women, took hundreds of hostages, killed more Jews than at any time since the Holocaust. What you just heard for the last 15 minutes could be summarized as the absolute propaganda of Hamas. Let me just be clear. This war started by Hamas. It could end today by Hamas if they released every last hostage, including an American citizen. We're sitting here in the United States Senate and not even saying a word of the fact that there's a U.S. citizen being held hostage by a terrorist group in the Middle East. That is outrageous. That should be at the top of the agenda. Why have civilians been killed in Gaza? Because they hide weapons in hospitals, in schools, in homes. Hamas is the enemy, not our greatest ally, which is Israel. I was just there 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I was there. You know, there's almost no Israeli that hasn't seen a mom, a dad, a son, a grandson, granddaughter that hasn't been either injured or killed to protect their country. The fact that we are disparaging our greatest ally at this level is completely outrageous. I had plans to go home, see my wife and kids. But I rose today because I cannot stay silent after listening to that kind of nonsense spewed here in the United States Senate. It's a disgrace, and we should not ever forget that Israel is fighting the war that we would otherwise fight. And with that, I yield the floor.
Senator from Ohio, Bernie Moreno, moral clarity. That's what we call moral clarity. Setting the record straight, saying it exactly how it is. This is someone who's been in the Senate for only 125 days. And he's just saying what he's seeing. I don't know how someone could be sitting in the U.S. Senate or in Congress or in our government or be an elected official at any level and to just completely negate the fact or ignore the fact that there are American citizens sitting in Gaza in tunnels. How do you forget that? How do you just completely not allude to that? You're an American politician. You have a right. You took oath to protect and to serve the American people, no matter where they are in the world. So why are we talking about how much restraint Israel should show or how much aid Israel needs to send and not talking about getting innocent lives home, especially those of American citizens?